What's up everyone? So I went back in the archives from this summer and I figured I'd post this full workout video. Pretty all-around workout, but we mainly locked in on cradle finishes and then applying it in a pick and roll scenario. I wasn't mic'd up for this one like I was some of the other full workouts I posted, but I'll narrate it so you guys still get a good amount of those little details. Let's get it. So first we start off with some pretty basic dynamic ball handling. This part is honestly more to get a feel and confidence for that ball early in the workout, and is basically an extension of the warm-up. You can find out a lot more about this in our ball handling program. Then we partner up and we're still kind of warming up our handling with these hand taps to engage that off arm. So now we're giving our mind a bit of a challenge, which is a great way to ramp up our nervous system. We're just going crossovers, betweens, behinds, and then freestyles, each to half court and then back with the other partner. This is a pretty high level group, so I'm letting them loose a bit early as they're freestyling at my pace. And then when I point, they're using one move to get out and lean into that explosion. Pay attention to that fall forward cue, as we're really trying to work on dropping into that acceleration position. Now we're going lane to lane and working on covering ground laterally. We're going lane to lane right here, so Justin, being able to use your dribble to get east and west, so to speak. This is one of the most underrated ball handling skills, so I'm pushing them to cover as much ground as possible with no dribbles in between. On some of these they do end up taking a dribble in between, and that's because they're not used to covering so much ground with limited dribbles. So I'm actually okay with them messing that up sometimes as we get better each rep. I also generally cue not to use those behind the back wraps, which makes it pretty damn easy. Now we're going live a little bit. This is one of my favorite drills to just let ball handlers figure stuff out if you have 3 or more players in a workout. It's basically 1-on-2, with the sideline and lane line being the out of bounds. You can extend those boundaries a bit if you need to, but either way you're obviously at a disadvantage when you're going against 2 defenders pressuring you in a small space. So creativity is paramount here. This is the type of stuff that I believe bridges the gap between those typical ball handling drills to that real game, in which you'll have new challenges and problems to solve every single time you get the ball. Working on 2-foot finishes right here. Catch it right here, going up, tight cradle right here, so I don't want you to bring it all the way down right here yet. Now we're into a cradle finishing warm-up. Notice that everyone's style of this is a little bit different. We're focusing more on those quick little cradles to get momentum into it at first, keeping the ball high. This is a huge skill for guards, especially off of 2 feet. And you're gonna miss some, but that's why we're working on it, right? Then I'll add in some contact to make it a bit more game-like and challenge their in-air stability. Now we're going with that deeper cradle, where they'll show the ball and then drop it to hip level and then back up into the layup. Now is their time to be even more creative. We're going both sides here. Now we're into a shooting warm-up where everything will be away from the bucket in a sense. It's gonna be 3 different shots here. So first one, out, up. Right here, going more in and out. Up. Third one right here, little kind of short, like stab, pull up. Alright, but all of them are going this way. Let's make one of each. Everyone got to make one of each. So, long, in and out, and then the inside short kind of right there. So like I was telling them, the first shot is basically a pull-up going more so lateral and away from the bucket, or uphill, so to speak. Not every pull-up in basketball is going to be going straight to the bucket, especially at their level. So it's a tough shot at first, but it's huge to work on. And they started to knock it down. Then we're getting the same off an in and out floating into it. There's a time and place for both, so we're getting a feel for them. And then last is a short stab lateral pull up. Defense right here. See me going that way, you try to cut me off deep. This is primarily for when a defender is at the spot we want to get to, so we have to stop short instead of covering as much ground as possible. Then we go top of the key. There are a few details I'm cueing them on here, like being able to hang the ball a bit longer than this and delaying when we pick it up with 2 hands. Like right here is a good example as Chris hangs it for longer. And also being able to stop that left foot behind the right and use it as a kickstand of sorts to control that fade.
Stop this foot short and not bring it all around. Next shot.
Now that we're on that other side, we're going to the right, and I actually want them to fade a little bit on this one, as long as it's controlled. And then of course the other corner.
Everything off a step up.
Now we're going a few options off his step-up ball screen with a medium hedge, which basically means that hedge defender or big man is even to the level of that screen. This first option is a quick pound jumper right as I'm coming off the screen, which is a tough shot, but it's going back to what we just did in the shot warm-up with that quick stab jumper.
Whoa, taking too much time. This whole thing is predicated on the fact that you're getting tight to it right here. You don't have a trailer that's getting inside of the screen. So don't bullshit that much. No defense there. Come off tight.
So we rep this out, really focus on coming off tight and not covering too much ground, which would bring you into the defender.
Cash out.
Now we're applying that in and out pull up that we worked on and coming off, changing speeds, and then covering ground with it across the court.
You want to the mid-range or can it be to a... It can be a 3. Okay, yeah. That's fake. Right now. Yeah, there you go.
And then lastly, I'm showing them a move, and we're gonna play live out of this move. So they're rejecting the screen and then working out of it one-on-one. They can shoot, drive, cross, literally whatever. From here on out, we'll play live. So we'll go live coming off the screen. And then we'll just go off the triple threat with 5 seconds to score. Playing is the best way to apply what you do in training, and I especially wanted to get a lot of one-on-one reps in since I had 2 of my high school guys in with a college guy and a pro. As long as the playing has some type of constraints, it's the best possible way to finish a workout. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and got something from it. Make sure to apply some of this stuff and ask questions if you need any clarification. Also follow me on Instagram at byanymeansbasketball. I have a lot more for you guys.